Today we found out a lot of things that I want to share with you quickly. We have more video evidence of manipulation. We have the US House Committee acknowledging the very existence of dark pools, and most importantly, we have found out why exactly is AMC being targeted too ruthlessly in comparison to GameStop and other stocks. I am going to cover everything quickly and explain it so you understand what is going on without having doubts or questions. I am also going to provide the daily charting technical analysis so you know what to expect tomorrow. I ask that you drop a like if you find this type of content useful. Let's begin with the one most are interested in, and that is why is AMC being targeted and attacked endlessly. The reason for that is that there are over 46,000 option calls that would expire in the money if AMC were to close this Friday over $10. That would be almost 5 million AMC shares that would need to be bought back. If tomorrow the NSCC 102 proposal was to be implemented as we talked yesterday, this could propel a squeeze for AMC, and GameStop moving so identical to it would likely trigger another squeeze there and things would get out of control really fast. Upon coming across this data, everything makes sense. We now understand why AMC has been constantly attacked and is not left alone for long. It's because hedge funds literally cannot allow it to move up above $10 by the time we close tomorrow because it could mean the end for them. So the question transitions for those rebellious optimistic traders, what can we do to get this done? Well, last time that AMC ran, it did because apes all got together and started trending the AMC hashtag on Twitter, which caused the stock to move for an entire week. This is the only thing I can think of at the moment that would potentially boost the stock price to where we ideally would want it to be. Someone sent me a video that was posted on Reddit and I will show here, credit to op above, that demonstrates how hedge funds have machines that are manipulating the price of AMC to the point of placing orders and then making them vanish in order to drop the price. This is a ton of nonsensical blatant price manipulation that should be illegal, and the SEC should be taking more measures than what they already do to stop, prevent and punish this kind of behavior. What you are about to see is pretty scummy behavior. Take notice and pay attention at the buy order at $9. At one point it has over 64,000 buys. See what happens next. Spoofing. This is the term coined by the SEC for fraudulent trading practices. This is directly from the SEC website, and I quote, "Spoofing occurs when a person trading in the stock markets uses a displayed limit order to manipulate prices, typically in the Nasdaq stock market, and thereby obtains an improper trading advantage." I mean, maybe it's just me, but to say that the SEC is compliant in this behavior since they don't do anything about it would be the most logical conclusion I can derive when blatant evidence is provided almost every day. It says a lot about our own government, that I come every day to trade without any expectations and somehow, I end the days disappointed. Explain that to me. On a brighter note, the US House Committee had a hearing today, and the things discussed actually kind of got me feeling a bit bullish about the future. So you know how we have discussed dark pools, right? For those new to the channel, dark pools are essentially exchanges that are private and are not accessible to the public. What does this have to do with AMC and GME? Well, we know now that hedge funds are birthing naked shorts there and then integrating them to the market. In fact, we have empirical video evidence that demonstrates this very occurrence. Here is one of them. I want you to see it so that you know it's not me making things up. You will see the exchange named as Daft, which is one of the more well-known dark pools. We see them selling shares from that dark pool into public exchanges. It's absolutely barbaric, take a look. So going back, I don't want to go off on a tangent and lose track of the good news. The House Committee mentioned and acknowledged dark pools, and based on some of the comments they made it appears that they are growing more concerned about the impact that their very existence is having on the overall public market. They also acknowledged that they have seen a concerning growing volume in those dark pools as well. People, did you know that only 53% of the trade volume occurs in public exchanges? You might be shocked to learn that. It is estimated a close 10% of trading volume occurs in private exchanges, or dark pools. The House Committee mentioning and talking about their growing concerns in these areas was certainly the highlight of my day. They also talked a bit about risks and short selling, which is funny given what the DTCC has been proposing lately. My faith in the system is non-existent, but I dream and hope of a return to normalcy in a fair, more regulated and balanced stock market. I wanted to mention that I am seeing a lot of really sketchy stuff regarding trading volume. I see a lot of growing concern since data seems to be changing. I'm going to make it super clear and easy to understand. The CTA reported technical problems and issues as the source for the changes you saw in volume metrics after hours yesterday. I remain skeptical to this, but it is entirely plausible it was just technical problems. With all the evidence coming out of manipulation, I am betting my chips on random occurrences without clear explanations as extensions or effects of hedge fund malpractice. But for now, at least we have an official statement as to what happened, so I am content. This doesn't cover AMC or GME stocks in particular, but rather other securities, and I know many of you were asking me about it, so here is your formal answer. Let's now wrap up the video by recapping today's performance so that we can anticipate tomorrow's price action. Sounding like a broken record again, I want to take a moment and warn you guys that this take is my very own using my own analysis experience and tools. Know that hedge funds can pull the rug from under our feet with a surprise, and as such you should take the following as a most likely outcome or scenario for tomorrow. With that said, let us begin with AMC. We began pre-market way more bullish than I anticipated, though it did not surprise me. AMC started off around 9.50 and quickly ran to 9.68 before entering a period of consolidation between 9.40 and 9.45. Upon market opening, we saw the most obvious evidence of blatant stock manipulation, watching AMC slip and fall 60 cents below its opening price, and reaching the low of 8.97. Yesterday we talked about how hedge funds were planning on vertically dipping the price below 9.15 in the last hour of trading. This is the reason why they do that. They make a hole in the support wall so that when they dip the price like this, they can easily break through the support we built and dip us even lower. The price bounced back up to 9.36 but was unable to maintain that position. It appears hedge funds really went to work today, as the stock has been on a decline for most of the normal trading hours. After 11 p.m. we started seeing a ladder attack, with each attack bringing the stock around 5 cents lower on their bounce back before implementing the next batch of naked shares. This pattern remained for almost the entire day up until the last hour, where AMC was left alone for a bit and managed to consolidate and build some support. It is clear that the goal was to bring the stock back down to 8.93 so that tomorrow hedge funds don't have to force too many printers to break this wall and take us down below to a range between 8.84 and 8.66. AMC still managed to bounce back during the last minutes of trading, bringing the closing price at $9. We built some strong support lines on the daily chart at 8.93 and 8.98. The first resistance lines we will face will be at 9.10. Every 5 cents moving upward should have some minor resistance wall, as that is the purpose of the short ladder attacks. We had previously talked about how AMC has been building support walls every 10 cents. Today was evidence of hedge funds adapting and counter-attacking this bullish pattern we had formed. Tomorrow we should be trading above 9.10 in the pre-market. The stock remains incredibly bullish and Fidelity order flow data suggest AMC had almost 4 times the buy volume as it did sell. Keep on buying the stock, guys. Do not fear this blatant manipulation. Remember, the stock is weakest between the hours of 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. That is typically when you want to buy. Also, in the last 30 minutes of normal trading hours the stock usually experiences some attacks, so it wouldn't be a bad strategy to buy then. Moving over to GameStop, GME on the other hand also had a great bullish pre-market, indicating the stock is strong and wants to move up. It reached a high of 162.50. It then dropped to 160.10, but unlike AMC, when the stock market opened, GME moved up a bit and reached 161.94. It was then attacked for its first hour of trading and brought down to 155.62. It seems to me that efforts were then concentrated back on AMC, since the timing of the short ladder attack took place exactly when GME started recovering and making new highs. It kept moving up and passed its opening high, reaching 164.72 before 12 p.m. It then retraced a bit to build some consolidation and support walls, particularly at 162. It then started forming pressure, building an ascending triangle and seeming to be reading itself to break past that 164 when a random batch of attacks broke its momentum and brought it back down to 159. Around the last hour of trading, GME came back stronger than ever and recovered from that almost vertical attack, closing with a bullish price of 161.01. I say bullish because we ended up closing higher than we did yesterday on a Thursday, which is actually pretty hard given how hedge funds have been acting up. GME built a lot of support at 159 and at 160. Due to we closing above the BWAP line, I think it's fair to say tomorrow GME should be trading above 160 with an inclination to touch 164 again, all in the pre-market. Much like AMC, best times to buy GME should be around 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with the last hour of trading also presenting a good opportunity. And with that, I want to thank you for making it to the end of the video. Please drop a like on the video, it really helps the channel. Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this type of content, and I hope to see you here tomorrow. Thank you for being so awesome and sticking with me, you guys are seriously amazing. Thank you to the moon. Have a great rest of your day and I'll see you tomorrow.